take us through Tony's last play in that final possession?
I mean, it was tough. You made me go back through that play. I mean, Tony did everything wrong and did everything right in the same possession. I mean, he stumbled 2 or 3 times. He fell over, and you know, when he fell over, I was like, okay, well, I'm about to try to tie this ball up, and he got up and went under my arm. I got a great contest, and he even double pumped it, and barely got it off. I mean, that was the longest 24 seconds that I've been a part of.
Rachel in the front.
2-3-2 format is always tough when you lose one of those first 2 at home. You guys experienced that a couple years ago. How does that change your mindset as you go forward?
I mean, it is what it is. It's a 7-game series, you know, and we got to you know, see ways we can get better for game 2. You know, we can only focus on the next game, and that's what it's about.
Back right.
Ari Temkin, ESPN San Antonio. What did the Spurs do to you defensively? Do they try to force you to become a distributor?
Well, yeah. I mean, they did a good job of you know, putting 2 you know, guys on the ball. You know, when I got the ball, they kind of shrunk the floor and set a guy at the elbow and dared me to pass the ball. And I know my guys will be there to knock those shots down next game. We had some really good looks, especially in the third quarter. You know, Rio had, you know, some very good looks. You know, it just didn't go down, but, you know, they did a good job tonight.
Here in the front.
LeBron, hey, Greg Doyle from CBSSports.com. I guess along the same lines, but looked like in the fourth quarter you weren't getting a whole lot of help. Did it seem that way? Were you taking more upon yourself because you weren't getting it?
We had our chances to win. We're going to the fourth quarter with a 3-point lead, so, you know, we had our chances. We had 5 turnovers in the fourth. You know, we gave them some offensive rebounds in the fourth as well. I know Tim Duncan had one putback, Kawhi Leonard had another one, and we can't allow that.
Mike.
LeBron, you guys obviously made the adjustment. You ended up on Tony Parker in the crunch time situation. You always talk about how you guys present a pick your poison, you know, type situation to other teams. Is this a team that you guys have to really look at it that way as well?
Yeah, against this team, you can't make many mistakes. I mean, you look at statistics, you know, we put ourselves in a position to win. You know, they shot 41%. We are rebounded by 9. We had more assists. You know, but we turned the ball over 5 times in the fourth. I was looking at the stat sheet, and it says they had 21 second chance points. I don't really understand how is that possible with only 6 offensive rebounds. I'm very good at math, and the only way you can get a second chance point is if you get offensive rebound, right? Am I correct? So even if you hit a 3 off 6 offensive rebounds, that's still in the 18 points. So I don't understand how that works, but we had chances.
Chris.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. I don't understand this. Am I right or am I wrong? Am I right? Yeah, okay. It's crazy.
Chris Thomas and Fox Sports, LeBron over here. You talked yesterday about how you have a much better team than in 2007 when you faced the Spurs. How do the Spurs compare? Do they look like the same old Spurs even though they're big 3 or 6 years older, or what?
Yeah, I mean, the Spurs are the Spurs, man. They're going to put you in positions where you feel uncomfortable offensively and defensively. And, you know, every time you make a mistake, they're going to capitalize on it.
Ethan.
LeBron, I'd asked Eric about you and Dwayne both sitting to start the fourth, and he said that both of you guys just needed a minute there or a blow. Did you go to him on that? Did he go to you? How did that happen?
Nah, I told him I needed one. At that point, I had played the whole third, and I've been accustomed to being able to start the fourth. But you know, the third quarter was so, you know, I was in the paint, defensive rebounding. I was closing out the Kawhi Leonard on shooters. So, you know, it took, you know, I kind of went to, you know, took all, you know, the tank from me in the third quarter. So I needed a little breather.
Mark in the back.
Mark Schwartz, ESPN. LeBron, when Dwayne came in, he said that the Heat looked a little bit like a fatigued team that had played a 7-game series in the fourth quarter. Was that in part the difference in this game tonight?
Well, the fourth quarter was the difference. You know, and I could see it on a few of our guys' faces. Felt a little fatigued, still a little banged up from that 7-game series, and you know, they looked like they were rested in the fourth quarter, and they took advantage of that. We had some mental mistakes, you know, and we played some really good basketball, but in the closing quarter, we had some mental mistakes, and it's only a couple teams that you can't have mistakes against, especially in the fourth, and San Antonio is definitely the #1 team.
Tim.
LeBron, you guys often talk about how in these 3 years together you've seen and experienced absolutely everything at this point. Do you rely on that right now to get through the next couple of days and not let this one loss overshadow what could be coming up?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's the first team to 4. You know, they came in and you know, and beat us on our home floor in game 1, and I know they're going to be hungry to try to get 2. You know, so we have to be able to combat that and come back with a game 2 plan that's better than game 1, and even the series.
We go last 2 on each row, third row. Go ahead.
LeBron, Hunter Volpe, WSVN. You had 18 points on 16 field goal attempts. How do you get that offensive efficiency up?
I mean, I missed some shots. I missed some really good looks. As far as being efficient, I'm not worried about that. Also, I had 18 rebounds and 10 assists as well. So, you know, I'm not too much worried about what I do as far as scoring.
Last one in the back.
LeBron, 3 times before this loss, your team went down 1-0 in a series, and in all of those times you've won. In fact, you won every game in the series after that point. When you think back to Oklahoma City last year and Chicago this year, do you remember the team changing in intensity and focus in any way? Why has that happened in the past, and can it happen this year?
I think one thing about our team, we've gotten better as the series gone on, and you know, we hate to lose before we start to get a little edge, but that's what happens. And you know, we see if we can continue to you know, repeat what we've been doing in the series, being down, and you know, come back on Sunday with like I said, with a better game plan. You know, and try to even the series.
Thanks, LeBron.